every play. This is the first carry for Sean Tyler, who's got tons of speed. Sean Tyler dashing through the snow. Touchdown, Western Michigan, 52 yards.
Going to come in and have the best angle at making this tackle. But that missed tackle right there, step leg of him. See.
They start at the 40. Bert Emanuel
finds
some space.
Look
out. Bert Emanuel can fly. There he goes. The kid from Houston through the snow for a touchdown.
Oh, some snowball last night in Michigan, Central Michigan. The Chippewas undefeated Chips against the Western Michigan Mustangs, who suck. Oh, wait, no, they're not. Wait, hold on. That's not a 0. That's a 6. Should probably put my glasses on this morning. They both suck. How about that? But Maction on what the hell? Like last night was Wednesday night. We had Tuesday night Maction. Snowball in Michigan. Awesome. It's one of those times you miss being a kid and playing in the snow. Shouts to those kids. I am actually unsure who won the game. And it really, just like normal Maction, unless you bet on it, it frankly does not matter who won the ball game. This is interesting to see. Daily Sports Podcast. News, narratives, takes, gambling. Gentle rain. Or even torrential downpours. No wind. Wind sucks. Cold sucks. Snow and torrential downpours are awesome. And that's when I miss playing football. Those were fun. I really enjoyed those ones. And yeah, that looked like an enjoyable time last night for the boys in Michigan. So we are going. The Broncos won 12-10. How about that? We're going to look at the World Cup. World Cup previews coming on Monday. So we're going to do that on Monday. We're going to keep advancing things. I think the first game is on the 19th, which is what? Sunday? And it depends where you are. It's like Qatar plays on Sunday at 11 a.m. The United States' first game is November 21st at 2 p.m. The first game for normal countries is England and Iran. They play at 8 a.m. Because remember, this is in Qatar, so who the hell knows about time zones and whatnot. So, yeah. It's going to start on Sunday, and no one's going to watch in America because 11 a.m. Sunday before Thanksgiving is a big NFL football day, so no one is going to care about Qatar. And it's annoying because Qatar has the stage all to themselves, and then the real games start the next day on Monday, bright and early with England. And, yeah, I mean, everyone's going to be having themselves a gay old time watching the World Cup. The World Cup is fun. It's going to be a disaster. Let's listen to what let's listen to some reporting from our buddies overseas and how things are going. So how's the World Cup?
Det er udsat for en hel del kritik. Hvordan oplever du forholdene lige nu?
Jamen, vi kan jo vise, hvordan forholdene er lige her, hvis vi drejer kameraet. We are live on Danish television, og der kan I se nu.
So here are the Danish TV people, and here are Qatari authorities right there.
Nu bliver vi stoppet med at filme, og det er forholdene her.
And they're just like taking their camera.
Sir, you invited the whole world to you invited the whole world to come here. Why can't we film? It's a public place. This is the accreditation. Okay. We can film anywhere we want. Okay. There are only, of course,
only for the Qatar. Qatar, you have
because the Qatar is no. We don't need permit.
See, look, they're already mad at them for filming.
But listen. But you can break the camera. You want to break the camera? Okay, you break the camera. Okay. Yes. So you're threatening us by smashing the camera.
Awesome. It's going to be sick. Everyone's going to have a great time. Sepp Blatter should be punched in the balls for this. Fuck that guy. What are we doing? Honestly, we could have it in America. If they decided, like, fuck this, let's go to America. America is so well positioned to do this, we could do it literally with 24 hours notice. Something like 100 of the world's, like, 150 most highest capacity stadiums are in the United States. We could do this, like, honestly, you could just do it in the SEC. Why don't we do more corrupt stuff? Let's just always have it every other time, have all these events in the United States. It's just so much easier. Someone new gets it every 8 years, and we get every other 8 years. What are we doing? All right, let's move on a little bit. The game of the year, like we talked about on Monday, the Vikings and the Bills. Got some radio calls for you to listen to. This kind of stuff is always exciting. We're not going to do all of the 2 minutes of this video, but I just want to check in and see how cool radio guys are.
Josh Allen, 6'5", 240. Watch this. First down from the goal stripe for the Bills. Josh Allen puts Gabe Davis in motion, and Davis is behind Allen, and he tried to push him. He didn't get out of there.
He didn't get out.
He did not get out. That's a safety. Give it to us. Give us a safety.
Look at what's taking so long.
This is riveting.
Oh, the ball came out! Down. Yes, the Vikings are going to win!
Well, I don't know about that call there, bud. Game went to overtime. Man, crazy game. Radio announcers are the coolest thing. And teams have started to put out their radio play-by-play guys alongside the highlights of the game from Fox or CBS or whoever had the game, which is a really enjoyable experience because radio is becoming so outdated. I have not listened to a game on the radio. The only time I do it is I listen on the app when I'm driving, and I usually do that for baseball because I'm never driving for Sunday football. No chance for that one. But yeah, I'm not gonna miss the game. So I think that's kind of cool because the radio is kind of outdated, and it's a new trend that's happening on the internet, and I love it. It's very nostalgic in a weird way. So the Los Angeles Rams this week are becoming a bit of a weird story. They just put Cooper Kupp on IR, and so for fantasy people, that's kind of a big deal. He was the wide receiver 1. He's having a great year. He had a high ankle sprain, but the high ankle sprain requires surgery, I guess. He's going to miss a minimum of 4 weeks. Matthew Stafford's still in concussion protocol, though he did participate in practice. Sean McVay was unclear whether or not Stafford actually had a concussion. He wouldn't say one way or the other. The Rams are garbage. They were exactly as bad as incompetent with John Wolford as they were with Matthew Stafford. The offensive line, Sean McVay looks bad. They just suck. The bill is due for their betting the future on the present, and now it's due. It worked, but it is what it is. Other football news: Bruce Arians, the Super Bowl champion coach of the Tampa Bay Bucks, and now he's just in the front office because they can't fire him. They're paying him too much money. He was hospitalized sometime last month with severe chest pains and diagnosed with myocarditis. Of course, myocarditis is associated with COVID-19. It's also associated with Bruce Arians' lifestyle, which is no sleep, poor diet, and a lot of drinking. So, something to watch. That shit can kill you. Yeah. So the other thing that's happening on the internet today is this Tom Brady conspiracy regarding FTX. So if you haven't been paying attention to FTX, this is a sports show. FTX is essentially like a Bernie Madoff kind of scheme. It's not a Ponzi scheme, but it's a scheme in terms of like they were full of shit, right? The conspiracy theory is that the Giselle Brady divorce is kind of bullshit, and that they divorced so that they could distance themselves from one another because they knew that FTX was going down. They have a tremendous stake in FTX, so they pulled their money because Brady. Remember, Brady was doing Super Bowl ads for FTX and Bitcoin along with Matt Damon, so they went there. Remember, they were vacationing in the Bahamas. He missed time to vacation in the Bahamas. Everyone said it was pre-planned. Nobody bought that. Came back and they're like, well, they're getting divorced. Well, they got divorced the next day. They distanced themselves in the public. There's like media campaigns. So now the conspiracy theory is that Tom Brady and Giselle Bundchen went to the Bahamas, got divorced so that they could hide assets, and they didn't get in trouble from this FTX thing because this FTX people are probably going to go to prison, maybe not. They're in the Bahamas. What's legal? I don't know what's going on with FTX. Actually, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. Something to pay attention to. I don't think any of it tracks at all. I think the Masked Singer thing was way more likely, but it's also completely possible. Sometimes it's exactly what it looks like. These guys are worth, combined the two of them are worth, I don't know, over $500 million or so, and they have all this Bitcoin shit. People lost their life savings. People are committing suicide. It's insane, this company's crash. From like these little shits who are having sex with each other. Honestly, pick up a newspaper and read it. It's a wild, wild ride, this FTX crap. But Tom Brady's involvement was he in the Bahamas where FTX is located to withdraw his stuff and then they could get divorced to hide the assets? Tracks a little. I mean, how much money would be worth like, hey, we need to get divorced. I love you, but I don't love you worth like $100 million. I don't know. It's interesting to pay attention to, and people are all over it on TikTok and on Twitter. Well, Twitter, they're all over it on TikTok. They are now all over it on Twitter about a week later, which is how that goes. Thursday Night Football tonight. It's a game that I don't understand why. Let me see. NFL schedule. Let's see what we could have had. Games we could have had. Bears Falcons, no. Eagles Colts, no. Jets Patriots would have been sick. Jets, Patriots, Thursday Night Football, I'd be pumped. Commanders, Texans, gross. Rams, Saints, totally would have been down for that, especially I would love to see the Rams lose right now. Browns, Bills would have been sick. Panthers, Ravens, gross. Raiders, Broncos would have been great. Lions, Giants, nah, maybe. Cowboys, Vikings would have been awesome, but that's the America's Game of the Week, Cowboys, Vikings. The week before Thanksgiving. The game we actually got are the Tennessee Titans and the Green Bay Packers. Like I said, yuck. But let's take a look at it. Anyway, it's football. We're going to watch it. The last time Tennessee went to Green Bay, they were playing in the snow, and you would think Derrick Henry in the snow. Like, no, Titans are soft. They were soft back then. I think I could be wrong, but I think that was the year that the Titans kind of stumbled their way into the playoffs, and then they beat up on. Yes, that was the year that they beat up on the Ravens in the playoffs when the Ravens were good with Lamar Jackson. Wow, it's already been that many years, so that's crazy. Yeah, so the temperature today, there's an 8% chance of precipitation, so no precipitation. Kickoff, it'll be like 25 degrees. It's going to be cold. So because of that, and I'm not joking, because of that, I don't know. Let's take a look at the line. The Packers are favored by 3 points. I'd bet the Packers. Titans are soft. Packers, it's Aaron Rodgers. They came back from the dead last week against the Cowboys in overtime. If the Cowboys had won that game, I thought for sure that the Packers would roll over, but they won the game. Now they're back, and the Titans I cannot emphasize this enough. They're soft. I've seen this game before. It was the over-under is 41. The fuck out of here. This game is going to be 17-3. I love the under. I love the Packers -3. 17-3. Let's take a look at rushing yards. I love Derrick Henry. I just want to see what the number is because I haven't looked at props because I can't actually bet. Over-under 102 rushing yards. Dude, no chance. Under. No chance. No, that dude is from the hottest, swampiest part of North Florida, and he's played well in the cold. Like Green Bay and Buffalo cold are different. That lake effect humid cold will make you cold in your bones. He's not gonna get 100 yards. Yeah, unders across the board. Packers cover easily. I might even take an alternative line -7. It's gonna be fun to watch. I mean, I like the breath coming off of people. We're getting to the fun part of cold weather football, and that has me excited. I love that kind of thing. I love me some cold weather football. Hockey and basketball, we're going to start to pay attention a little bit more to that. But on Monday, we'll have storylines. We'll have a result from the World Cup. If we can get Qatar out of here and get them just crushed by whoever's in their group, that would be awesome. I mean, I think all of us are hoping for that. This is just a disaster. Like, Russia seems so much more on the up and up than this, but having the World Cup in Russia and Qatar back-to-back, not a great look. Back and better than ever tomorrow. It's a football Friday. It's going to be a big week in college football as some teams need to win out and need some help, and it just feels like there's one weird upset looming. It just does. See you then.